lovely conditions for these crews from Hong Kong, Spain and Chile. In this nice calm water, we don't need that shoe on the bow. The boats are just sitting nice and calmly in the water up at that top end of the course.
Just looking round there in the bows, Wong Luk Yu, Chung Hoi Lam, Hui Wing Ki, and in the stroke seat, Leong King Wan from Hong Kong, China, finished third in the Asian Games. Just recently rowed in the 2023 Australian Rowing Championships held at Champion Lakes in Perth, Australia. Well, there's another Spanish crew, Ina Jaime Diaz looking round there, Iscan Echanes Rodriguez, Maria Fernanda Valencia Nunez, and Olivia del Castillo. And then this Chilean crew, the two Abraham quadruplets, Antonia Abraham in the stroke seat, Melita Abraham, and then behind her, Victoria Hosteta Wells and Magdalena Jesus Nanning Rojas. And this Chilean crew on the Laguna Grande Lake in San Pedro de la Paz, Concepcion in Chile. One of the crews, I think, that picked up a gold medal at the Pan Am qualification regatta.
And I drew our attention to it when we looked at the graphic, but all these boats are rowing with what we call a tandem in the middle. So two riggers together in the centre, and then the two riggers apart between the bow rower and the stroke rower. So the argument for doing that is that it makes the boat go straighter. You can see it there on that lovely graphic from above. So the two rowers together with the oars on the right, and then the separated oars on the left. And that should be better for the force dynamics to make the boat go straight, that no one gets a competitive advantage or a leverage advantage over their partner. And that all evens up to apply the forces evenly as these crews apply them evenly off the start. And a good start for that Spanish crew in the centre. So we take a look now at the crew from Hong Kong.
The crew from Hong Kong, China, decent crew. They've obviously raced a lot down in the Asian Games and, of course, at the Australian Championships. Not quite the pace of these two Spanish-speaking crews. The Chileans here closest to us, leading Spain out early on, just about 2 or 3 metres. And I think it looks like it's going to be a two-boat contest with the crew from Hong Kong, China, just in shot on the left of your picture, dropping back.
Yeah, as you say, a great aggressive start really from this crew from Chile. And yeah, good lead they're taking on there. You can see it's just a minute. Usually around a minute you do some sort of settle call where you're trying to find a pace on both these crews. About 40 strokes a minute right now, looking to just settle into a length. And that Chilean crew look really nice, actually, the way the bodies are going through. And there is just a bit of patience at the finish, even at this quite high stroke rate.
Well, they've got, you know, the experience in that Spanish crew, the 3-seat, one back from the stroke girl on the left of your picture, Maria Valencia Nunez, who, of course, was Anya Sid's partner in the women's pairs last year, came 10th. She's an alumnus of Texas University, that great women's program in the States run by Dave Nelson. And she is in the 3-seat. She's the oldest in the boat at 25, but she's there in that 3-seat to add the experience and the length. And, you know, I think that will take the Spanish through the Chileans, maybe towards the finish of this race. But, you know, it's a big ask for her. She's got a lot to do there.
Well, let's see. Yeah, she's with those younger athletes, some under 23s in that Spanish boat who are coming up now, making a debut at the senior level. But yeah, this Chilean boat at the moment, they still look quite efficient. And they've opened out, they're still moving really, coming out. I think still moving every stroke, the Chilean crew.
I think, I watched them in the race, the demonstration race, where I think they beat the Spanish, and I kind of thought they just looked a bit more snappy on the front end, a bit more connected. You know, they're coming off the back of their summer racing program.
As you say, yeah, coming up from the Southern Hemisphere, so they're more likely to have been doing regatta racing. And at the moment, the Chilean crew, you can see it on the graphic, but you can see it with your eyes, that they're still moving out on that Spanish crew to their right. Every stroke, it's just taking a few centimetres, maybe like 1 centimetre a stroke. And that's all they need.
Got to be in the top 7 to qualify for the Olympic regatta at the World Championships. I don't think there's a separate qualification opportunity in the Latin American games or qualification regatta for women's fours. So if Chile do want this boat to qualify for the Olympics, they're going to have to do it at the World Championships this year in Belgrade. So races like this, really important.
Yeah, really important. And I mean, a great first 1,000 really from them. Like you say, there's those two Abraham's sisters, part of the quadruplets, sitting in the stern. They're pretty experienced. They know what they're doing. Did the under-23s back in 2017 where they got a gold medal together. Now seeing them here, just doing what they need to do, taking it into this third quarter. And again, you can see the times for yourself. They're not slowing down. They're still continuing to move on this Spanish crew beside them.
Yeah, and if this is going to be the Spanish crew, you know, it's going to be a tough ask for them to get that 7th place. You've got to win the B final. And I just thought they needed to be up there with an overlap over the Chileans for that to be a realistic result. A lot of training still to come in the season, 2 more World Cups to go.
It's a long season to go before we get to those qualifying races, but you can see this Chilean crew have now just about got up to clear water. It's nice to come back here, take a look at the crew from Hong Kong, 38 strokes a minute, moving pretty well. Just haven't quite got the blades covered right the way through the stroke to keep them up with the rest of this field.
So we talked about Melita and Antonia, the quadruplets in the stern of that Chilean for Ignacio and Alfredo. Their siblings, the brothers, also very much in evidence in the Pan Am qualification regatta. They look really good out the front, don't they? They've got kind of looseness going for them, and there's nothing, you know, hard or dramatic about their front end, but it's very quick to lock, isn't it?
No, it's just really good, calm, quiet rowing, isn't it? And it's a lovely sort of leverage with the bodies in the Chilean boat. Spain, I'm trying to say whether there's anything that looks particularly different, whether it looks any more laboured.
It does look a bit, to me, it looks a bit more laboured. It kind of the front end, I think there's a little bit of work they can do at the front end just to get a bit more looseness on there.
But Chile have just moved away the entire way. And I've got it written in my notes that last year Chile picked up a silver at World Cup 1, and that was their first at a World Cup race. So I think we could be looking at Chile's first ever gold medal in a World Cup race.
Well,
pretty special.
yeah, they picked up a silver in the pairs in Belgrade, Melita and Antonia Abraham. So,
and I've got that note as their first, so this could be a special moment for Chilean rowing.
Yeah, I think you probably might have a good stat there, Greg. They've certainly got silver and bronze medals, but looking back through the records, yet to win a gold medal. So red letter day for Chile as they come through the 200 metres to go mark. They've really stretched out.
Well, they've moved every stroke. From stroke 1, they've just moved away from the Spanish 4, and that's not changing now, is it?
No. I would imagine the Spanish, well, the Spanish can't do anything about that, can they? They've just got to row their own race. But we see the Chileans coming for the line, driving off the front of the stroke, synced in the body action, passing the grandstand. Generous applause for the Chileans as they come up to take a historic gold medal in a World Cup event. Spain take the silver medal, and Hong Kong, China, with about 120 metres to go, will come in third place. No bronze medal for them, though.
No bronze medal with only the 3 entries. And, you know, that Chilean crew, they're going to save the celebrating till later because they left everything out there on the course. I mean, they were nicely clear, but they were really racing shadows, racing the clock and making sure they delivered their best race. As we see Hong Kong now just coming across the line.
Nice little tap on the shoulder Maria Valencia Nunes gave to Olivia del Castillo, the stroke woman, just to say, well done, Olivia. You know, probably felt okay in their boat, that would indicate.
Yeah, I mean, they were up against a great performance, really, from that Chilean crew. To see their confirmation that 2nd place for the Spanish crew. Generous wave to the Chileans. And then Hong Kong in that 3rd position.
If you're following the world's best times or the percentage times, women's double, they're getting quicker the times. Women's double 93.5% and Men's double 95.48%. The Sinkovic is winning that. So thanks to Lawrence Britton on the Row Show podcast. Join their podcast, become a Patreon. You can get access to all those special features. But course getting quicker. And that does indicate what a good race that was from the Sinkovic's as we look at the race we've just seen. Chilean blades, nice and clean, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they rode really well, didn't they? It's very little that you would look for to be different from this Chilean group, who, like you see there in that picture, held nothing back over the full 2,000 metres of the course.
Great credit to Bienvenido Front Pindado, their coach. Arm up in the air from Victoria Hosteta Wells, the 24-year-old. The gold medalists from Chile. So here we go from bow to stroke. Magdalena Jesus Nanning Rojas, just 19 years of age, the youngster in the boat. Iskun and Chantiers Rodriguez. Sorry, I do beg your pardon, Victoria Hosteta Wells. I was looking at the Spanish boat there. Then the two Abraham twins, Melita Abraham in the 3-seat and Antonia Abraham in the stroke seat. Coached by Bienvenido Font Pindado. He's done a great job with the Chilean team.
Let's hear it for our medalists.
And the medalists getting the Yaron anthem.